Okay, then welcome to Guru School second batch of AWS DevOps Engineering. So I am your trainer Taufik. I have around 7+ years of experience in core IT industry and relevant 6+ years in cloud DevOps in different providers. Okay, like AWS, Azure, GCP, Oracle. So I am a working professional as well. So
Okay.
yeah, coming to cloud and AWS. Okay, we are working mostly in virtual world, like uh, remotes. There is remote servers, remote database, remote. We remotely managing these resources like compute, storage, virtual machines, then virtual networks. All things we manage remotely. Okay, so before that, we need to know what are the things in real world. Okay, for example, there is a scenario before the virtual world, right? A physical things there, like for example, a virtual machine is there, then before the virtual machine there is a physical machine there, so we need to start from the physical machine, so you will get more idea how the transitions and how we work in physically and remotely, all the things. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So this is an introduction section regarding our course, what are things we are going to learn and all the things. Okay. So before that, I will show the entire course curriculum.
Is this on the website, the Guru School's website?
Yeah, most probably it's in there. This is the updated flyer. So the entire program divided into a 12 weeks program. Okay. Uh, we go through the 12 weeks. The first week, we are going with the DevOps principle benefits and the challenges. Then coming to the next week, we are starting real world labs. Okay. Uh, this is purely for AWS. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So we learned the AWS from scratch, then learn some cloud services. Some AWS services. Some common services that is some mandatory things. Okay. So we cover up the mandatory AWS services. Then we jump into the DevOps, then learn DevOps tools and uh, integrations. Then there is different tools there. Okay, we learn different tools in each periods. So coming to week 2, we starting AWS services like introduction to cloud computing, importance in DevOps, then AWS service overview, working with the core services like instance storage, network, all the things, and we integrated labs in each section. Okay, for this section, we go through the lab, deploying application, understanding IP address and subnet, all the things that is under virtual networks. Okay, so coming to week 3, we learned some networking parts. Virtual networking and physical networking. Okay, then load balancing, firewall, all the things covering in week 3. So these are the modules actually. Networking fundamentals in context of DevOps, load balancing concept and strategies, implementing load balancing in AWS, then introduction to firewalls and security groups. Finally, there is a lab that is configuring load balancer and firewall in AWS. Same way, go to the week 4, sorry. We will learn some DevOps basics. Okay, what is CI/CD tools? What is Docker? What is Kubernetes? So this is bit coming to DevOps part actually. Docker, Kubernetes, all the things, even the CI/CD. So we will go through CI/CD, I mean continuous integration and continuous deployment overview. Then introduction to Docker, containers and images, then orchestrating containers with Kubernetes, then service mesh there, and then there is two lab, I think, setting up a Docker environment, then deploying containers. This deploying containers for some applications, okay, we can consider some web application there. Then one more lab there, that is Kubernetes basics, deploying application. So coming to week 5, we will starting DevOps tools. Okay, in this course, we are primarily concentrate on Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins is a CI/CD tool, so we mostly work with the Jenkins tools. So we learn Jenkins along with the Jenkins. Some other tools we learn, that is SonarQube, Docker Hub, Map, and these are different tools. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah. In this week 5, we will deep dive into Jenkins building, testing, and deploying application. Then introduction to code quality with SonarQube. SonarQube is one of the another tool that we will integrate with our CI/CD part. So we will learn SonarQube as well in this week. Then Docker Hub, managing Docker images and repository. This is a central repository, Docker Hub. Then Maven. Maven is a managing dependency and building Java projects tool. So we will learn the Maven as well. Then there is a lab setting up Jenkins pipeline and integrating SonarQube. So in coming to week 6, we are much deeper into the DevOps part. Okay, I mean CI/CD automation, VCS with GitHub, all the things we will cover from week 6. So in week 6, we automating CI/CD pipeline, then benefits and practices, then version control system, Git and GitHub, create and manage repository on GitHub. Then one more lab there, that is automating build, test, and deploying a pipeline. Then week 7, this is another part of DevOps principle, okay, because we implement all the things. Okay, for example, there is a requirement, there is a client requirement. Client have one application code, so we need to build the application code and test the application code. After testing, we need to deploy that application to the live server. For example, there is an application. Okay, we need to deploy that live application to the live server. That's a requirement. So we need to create a CI/CD pipeline and integrate in these types of tools. And finally, our application is live. Okay, so after the deployment, we are the guys. Okay, as a DevOps guy or a cloud guy, we are the one who manage these running application, the running machines, all the things we need to monitor. Got it? So coming to monitoring
Yes.
part, we need to set up some application to monitoring the entire infrastructure or some specific areas. For example, we can monitor the application health, application request, or else the machine where the application running. Okay, there is a mission, right? So we can monitor the missions, CPU usage, memory usage, and I mean the utilization. Okay, all the things we can monitor. Okay, coming to production environment, we enter we monitor entire thing. Okay, like databases, storage, virtual machines, networks, application, all the things we need to monitor. So because we couldn't go through each section to monitor. Okay, that's why we integrate all the infrastructure to a single part. I mean, that's called a monitoring platform. So coming to week 7, one section
Monitoring
for
platform is Prometheus and
yes. Coming to observability, we are working with Prometheus and Grafana, and these tools are open source application. So, week 7, we introduction to the observability in DevOps, monitoring and alerting concepts, then monitoring with the Prometheus and Grafana. Then one more lab there, setting up Prometheus for monitoring and creating dashboard in Grafana. So we will cover these things in the week 7. Then coming to week 8, infrastructure as code, that is IAC, with the Terraform and Ansible. Coming to production environment, we need to deploy all infrastructure, okay? I mean, our resources, for example, virtual machine or network, Kubernetes, Docker, applications, CI/CD pipeline, all things we deploying using automation tool, okay? That's why we are here using Terraform, Ansible, and different open source IaaS tools here. So we will cover introduction to IaaS, then using Terraform to provisioning and manage infrastructure, then automating configuration management with Ansible, introduction to CloudFormation in AWS. CloudFormation is one of another infrastructure as a tool. It's a managed infrastructure as a tool that's managed by AWS. It's on IAC tool. So, and coming to the lab, there's a lab for creating infrastructure with Terraform and configuration management with Ansible. So we will go through the lab in different tools. I mean, here we go through with the Terraform and Ansible. Then coming to week 9, monitoring and alerting with the Datadog. Datadog is coming to US and Canada. A lot of corporates are using Datadog. So I integrate the Datadog in this course. So coming to Datadog, it's a monitoring tool. It's a web application tool. So we deep dive into Datadog for monitoring and observability, setting up monitoring agents and integration, creating alerts and dashboard in Datadog. Then we will learn the API, how the API works with the Datadog agent and all the things. Then we configure monitoring and alerts in Datadog. There's a lab purely in Datadog. Then week 10, cloud native application deployment, introduction to cloud native application, architecting, okay. A 3-tier application infrastructure, container orchestration for cloud native deployment. Then there is a lab there. Coming to the week 10, designing and deploying a 3-tier application in the cloud. We can choose 3-tier or 4-tier, 5-tier or 10-tier, no problem. At least we will, there's a lab for 3-tier.
Okay.
For the previous section, we deploy a 10-tier application or 9-tier, I think. So coming to week 11, there's an end-to-end CI/CD with the Docker and Kubernetes. So building an end-to-end CI/CD with the Jenkins, containerization with the Docker for consistency, deploying to Kubernetes for scalability and orchestration, integrating machine learning in DevOps workflow. Then there's a lab that is creating and automating a full CI/CD pipeline with the Docker and Kubernetes. So this lab we can analyze all the things. What are the tools we are integrating for a better software release, okay? And I mean the development and the release process. Then the last week 12, there's a career path, final discussion, exploring DevOps career path opportunities, reflecting on the course journey and achievements, refreshing key concept and takeaway. It's a purely discussion part, okay? What are things we learned, any clarification, all the things we will cover in the last week. Got it?
Okay.
You have any concern or doubts regarding the entire course curriculum?
Yeah. So I have Ubuntu Linux on one laptop. I also have a Mac and I have a Windows machine.
Okay.
On my Ubuntu laptop, the camera doesn't work that well. So I use my Mac to go on Zoom. My Windows machine doesn't have a camera. So should I set up my Linux machine to have I already started looking at the AWS. The first certification course is, I forget what it's called, uh, Cloud Practitioner Fundamentals or something like that. So I guess I had a login which uses my email as I don't really have, I think there is a free AWS something, but maybe it will work with the same email. So should I set up my AWS access to use this course?
Sure. That's more one of the prerequisites. Okay.
Okay.
Take one free AWS account, because mostly we are working with the AWS resources. Got it. The next one is GitHub account.
I have a GitHub account.
Yeah, that's perfect. Then one more thing is Docker Hub account or Docker Hub. Create an account in Docker Hub.
Okay, I don't have that yet.
No problem. It's free. We can take a Docker Hub using GitHub. No problem. GitHub credential, I mean. Yeah, these are the prerequisites, okay? Because after every section, we will I will give some home labs or anything, or what are things I cover in the section. You will go for, just to go through the same lab in your own account, actually. Got it?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
You can only learn by doing.
Sure. Because only 20% or 30% theory, okay?
Yeah. All applied skills have to be learned by doing, I think.
That's right. Coming to IT, we need to do. Otherwise,
yeah, any applied skill, if you don't like swimming, you cannot learn from a book. You have to be in the water.
yes. We need to dive in the water and drink more water. Then we will
Swim.
That's a scenario.
I always try to get everything working, basically. That's my important
I
metric.
think you are familiar with Linux, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, then it will more easy for you, I think, because we are mostly work with the Linux environment. We configure Ubuntu machines, Amazon Linux machine, and we work inside the machine. Okay. For example, we need to install a Jenkins. What will we do? First, we need to configure a Ubuntu machine, and inside the machine, first after deploying the machine, we remotely log into the machine, then install the Jenkins inside the machine. Got it? So
yes,
yeah, a Linux administrator or a Linux familiar can easily catch up all the things. The commands, all the things. Then coming to Kubernetes and Docker, okay, that's another services for deploying. Infra services. So mostly we are using similar commands like Linux when coming to Docker and Kubernetes. So as a Linux geek, it will more easy to catch up all the things.
yeah, I like Linux. It's simplicity is sophistication, right?
Yes. So 30% lab and 70% of hands-on lab. 30% of theory. And I integrate 70% of hands-on lab for each section. Got it?
Yes.
So, yeah, we start with the AWS from scratch?
I will get the recording of this
Sure.
class. Yeah.
Each
On the
class,
email?
yeah.
Okay.
Include compute. Compute means virtual machine, okay, and VM like virtual machine. Then networks. The network's name is VPC coming in
Virtual
AWS.
private cloud.
Yeah. Similar way coming to Azure, there is VNet, the same name. Sorry, the same services like virtual network, but the name will change and the way of implementation is change in different providers. But finally, we get the same output, like we get a virtual network. Okay, this is the way I'm going to follow. Okay, starting with the AWS introduction to what is AWS, how we choose corresponding services for our requirement, and starting with virtual machines, virtual networks, and so many things there. Okay, for some mandatory things there. If we didn't clear that thing, we directly jump into DevOps. We need to confuse coming to network side, because coming to DevOps, there is same things we are following actually. We need to work with the networking. We need to work with the virtual machine and all the things. So we need to learn from scratch. And the same way here we are starting with AWS. Okay, so AWS is purely a cloud environment, right?
Yes. Cloud means a computer that's somewhere else.
Yes. So yeah, somewhere else. So we need to we can't see the the resources. For example, some machine we can't see, we can touch, but we can manage. Remotely we can access the machine and manage the machine. So it will take another confuse for some of our candidates, so that I will integrate. I will explain what are things we done before the cloud. Got it?
Right.
This is a scenario before and this is after. After means this is a cloud environment, like cloud providers or cloud computing. Consider this is cloud computing. And this is before cloud computing. So we need to learn from here. What is, from the basics. So I will teach you some basics for this scenario. Like there is some example like a application deployment. Okay, a application deployment, that's a requirement. So how a application deployment works before the cloud computing. So here we need to set up all the things. Some physical things, working with the physical environment, physical machine, physical network, all the things. And we need to deploy the application in a physical environment. And we will do the same in cloud. So getting more idea and more view in these two things. What are things that done in the traditional way and in cloud way. Got it?
Yes.
And this is purely for, coming to cloud, purely for virtual machines, okay? VM. But nowadays we are working with not virtual machine. Nowadays we are working with Docker and Kubernetes. So after learning the cloud part, we will do the same things in this environment. This newly environment. Actually, this is three part actually. One is traditional way, then coming to cloud. There's basics way, choosing a virtual machine. Then the new way. The scenario is same, application deployment, okay? First we deploy application in traditional, then cloud, then newly Docker environments. The containerization technology. This is called containerization technology. Got it?
Is
Any
Docker container, and Kubernetes you had said is like system D from Linux.
sorry.
In your WhatsApp message, you had said Kubernetes is like system D from Linux.
Kubernetes, it's a it's a service for orchestrating containers actually.
Container orchestration service.
Yes, it's an orchestration tool. Yeah.
And
Now,
Docker is the container.
Docker is another tool for creating containers.
Okay.
I think you just leave these things, okay? Don't confuse. This is
okay.
a way, why creating these things to learn Docker and Kubernetes. That's why I'm integrating this path actually. Got it?
So
Then
you're
coming to
saying
lab, you will get more idea.
okay. So before Docker and Kubernetes was not there. Now you need that for cloud computing.
Yes. For now, you just leave the thing. This is the way actually. First, we need to learn the bare metal. This is called the bare metal.
Bare metal, yes.
A physical server.
This bare what metal I learned.
Bare metal means nothing. It's for example, we buy one PC from the shop. Okay.
Yeah.
The CPU monitor. The CPU is similar called a bare metal, right? It's a metal piece with some hardware.
Yeah.
Right. So we need to install some operating system to full function, right?
Yes.
So the same way, this coming to the corporate, okay. For example, I have one corporate building, so I have one application, so I need to deploy the application, or I need to expose that application to the public or my users, okay. So what will I do? This is a traditional way, okay. I need to buy one server from the shop. That server means a bare metal. Server is nothing, it's a powerful machine, okay. Coming to lab, I will explain what is server and what is a client PC, and a normal PC. So, coming to my, I buy a bare metal server, then I install software, server software, then take the application code and put into my server, and I've exposed the application. This is the traditional way of simple deployment, okay. So now we are far transitioning from this bare metal to the cloud, the container technology, okay. So first we need to learn the basics, some core things there. What is a bare metal, what is a server, how the server is commissioning and implemented in a traditional way. So we learn that thing, then we need to learn virtual machine. This is called VM. Okay, virtual machine. So after learning bare metal, we need to learn the virtual machine. Then we need to learn the latest container technology that is called Docker. Docker technology. Got it.
Yes.
This is the first one, second one, and the third one, and the latest one. Got it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can choose anything, okay? But why we are choosing Docker now? That's a question, right? So we can utilize more resources, okay? I mean, yeah, I mean, that all the parts coming to the lab, I will explain more with the details. Now it will confuse you, right? So this is a introduction section. So I will, yeah, mostly we can talk with the sections and weekly modules, labs, all the things. So regarding this, you have any questions?
How do I access the labs?
I mean, your record section, right?
Yeah, I mean where's the lab? I mean there'll be some written instructions and probably some access to some machine somewhere, right?
That's why you need to take a AWS account. For
Okay, so
example,
I go inside my AWS account and do the labs.
yes, for
And
in
I use
our,
my GitHub and got Docker Hub accounts for that.
yeah, I will share the requirements. Okay, for example, you need to, there is, I mean, I go through some lab, okay, for the section. That's for a web application deployment. So there is some codes there, all the things there. So after the lab, I will send the GitHub URL or GitHub things, so you can fork the account details. I mean the code, all the things, and you can do it on your own account. And if you face any
Oh,
error, you just inform me in the group or personally.
you clone the source code from GitHub that you have to do the lab.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other doubt?
No, it makes sense.
Yeah. So this is the high level overview. And coming to our syllabus, any clarification?
Oh, one more question I had. So
Okay.
how many lectures per week are they?
There is 3 sections in weekdays. One is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay, but today is Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday because yesterday I missed the class. That's why I consider this day.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
again, it will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So tomorrow there'll be one,
Yes.
and it will be at 8:30.
Same time, same time.
Okay, same time. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This is for the previous section. Actually, we planned weekday 3 classes. So we can reduce the time period. Okay. I mean, include more days in the weekday. So that we will discuss later. Okay.
Okay.
For example, we will cover at least 4 classes in a week. We can reduce the entire course time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So any doubt?
And now
You have the curriculum, right?
I have the what?
I mean this content.
I see the diagram. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Or else I will share. Okay.
Yeah. No, I see it. Screen.
Okay. You have this, right?
I might have seen it somewhere before, but I don't actually know where it is, but I can find it.
Okay, fine. Then just go through the curriculum, okay, and we can start from tomorrow, right? Tomorrow we have one section, and we will learn the principles, benefits, and challenges that we are facing coming to the DevOps. And yeah, some theory sections there in the week 1. Okay.
Yeah.
And I believe coming to the next week, we can start AWS services, cloud computing, all the things.
Okay.
Okay. Then I think this is enough for the introduction. Okay, this is a quick introduction. So these are the things we are covering in the entire course. Got it?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Then we can wind up, right?
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Then I'll make a Docker Hub account on my.
Sure. That's it's a matter thing, because coming to when we are creating CI/CD part, or in week which week that yeah, 4th week or 5th week, we need to dive into DevOps parts. So for coming to the DevOps part, we need to at least we have these accounts like GitHub account, Docker Hub account, all the things for integrating our codes and pushing codes, all the things that is related to Docker Hub.
The codes that you're saying pushing, which languages are they in? Doesn't matter to the
No.
DevOps.
For example, our entire application is done by Java. So the development team there, right? So they will write all the codes and send to us, or send it to the repository. There is a VCs there. I mean, version control system like GitHub or Bitbucket. So the developers will push the code to the corresponding sender repository. And from repository to the live server, we are the one who manage. Got it?
We clone and put it on the live server.
Yes. Not directly clone. We need to run the code, test the code, build the code, then release the code using CI tools like Jenkins.
What is the most common language used for is supported by a DevOps team? Is there Java the most popular, or it doesn't matter?
No. That's all the requirement. For example, when you hired from some company, so all the requirement based on the company actually. But mostly applications are Java based and Python based. There, C, different language there, but mostly it's related to the client requirement actually, or the corporate requirement.
Yeah.
Basically, we need to know when we're seeing in the code, we need to analyze that is written by Java or C# or Golang or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the requirements for building and deploying will be different for the different languages.
Yes. And coming to, we need to learn some scripting languages in Jenkins, that is Groovy. Then we need to learn some YAML languages in Kubernetes. Then Terraform scripting language there, Ansible language there. So many scripting languages in different labs. So that is human readable, mostly human readable. So don't confuse or don't mix up that thing with the pure languages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scripting language is basically a series of instructions for the command line to call.
Yes. It's
Whereas
a
programming language is like something that you will compile into an object which binds you link different .o files to make a .exe file, right?
yes,
So
yes.
that's the programming language.
Yes, scripting language is mostly used for automating some tasks.
Yeah. like bash or shell scripting.
Yes.
Shell, corn shell, like that.
Yes. Because coming to production environment, there is some repetitive tasks there. I mean, day by day routines, repetitive tasks.
Yes.
Got it. So it's a messy thing actually, doing the same things in same each day. So that's why we automate that smart types tasks using some scripting languages. So that language will automate that task. Okay, we predefine all things that what are things we manually do. So the same things we scripting and wrapping with the language. So the language will or the scripting thing will repeat that thing. That's why we are using scripting languages. Some scenarios like database backup, or we need to start some machines in periodically. So different scenarios there. As per the scenario, we need to set up the things using scripting language.
So are these, lot of these scripts already written, you modify them, or you have to write scripts from scratch?
Coming to corporate, there is existing script there. As per the needs, we need to modify, or we can use the existing script. And if any new requirement there, we need to write up. Yeah.
Writing is a very important skill in software development because it organizes things.
Yes,
And
we
you
are a
can
part of software development. As a DevOps is as part of DevOps, I mean, a software development and a delivery. Mostly, we are working with the delivery part actually. Development is done by the development team. I mean, the developers. I mean, write all the codes. That's their part. And they test the entire code in their own local machine. After success, they will push the code to the repository. From repository to the live environment, we need to, I mean, we are the one who need to work.
Yeah.
That's the scenario. Then if everything is okay.
You work for the Guru schools during the day, or you work during the night and then you work for some client during the day?
Yeah, I am a working professional actually. Yeah. So this section I will take in my ISC time 7 a.m. So after 9 I will go to office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Office is far for you or close?
Yes, it's far. Sorry, it's close.
Oh, that's
I
good.
think 5 minutes ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we can wind up, right? If everything's okay.
Yeah. So I'll see you tomorrow at
Yeah,
this
same
same
time.
time.
Yep. I
Have a good
will.
day at your office.
Sorry.
Have a good day at your office.
Yes. 8:30. Your time 8:30 p.m.
Yes, it's my time 8:30 because of the night. Right now it's 9:30. Because of the daylight saving time, the clock is moved 1 hour sooner. So that's why it's 8:30 Eastern Daylight Time.
No. I think only there is the time. I mean, the 1 hour delay is there, right? Here, there is no
Yeah.
problem. I
So
will
we
do
started.
accordingly. Yeah.
Yeah, you can start at the same time you did today. It will be
Yes.
8:30 in my evening, and it will be 9:30 my time right now when it is stopped.
Yes.
Thank you
Okay.
for your time and teaching. I really appreciated the live person.
Hmm. Yeah. Thank you. Then we can start our section from tomorrow, right? I mean,
Yes.
yeah. Our first week, several modules there. These are the modules.
Okay.
So these
Do
are
I log
theory.
in to see this somewhere, or
Sorry.
do I log in to see this? Is there any course content that I log in to see, or is it on the your GitHub or something? These lessons
No. There
you
is
just live
nothing.
teach them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then we can wind up, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, bye. I think
Bye.
Sri
Thank you,
is
sir.
there. Yeah. Okay, both of you. Thank you. Bye all.
Thank you. Bye.